Amazing people. Hope you had a great day today. um, looking for. Now that's weird. I can't talk without my cornet. I can't talk without my cornet. I have to put some comments on these lips, baby. There it goes. Found it, found it. Found my cornet. Found it. Hey y'all. Let's talk. Let's talk. Cause you know what? If I feel like this is how real I am, right? I ain't just gonna come on here and tell you all the great parts of my life and I handle things so well and things like that. But I think I handle things pretty well. Do I get angry? Yeah. Do I get upset? Do I get irritated? Do I get frustrated? Absolutely. But I have a plan in place on how I, handle situations when I'm like that, you know. Um, yeah, so basically, a little update. I really haven't updated y'all like about the mold and stuff like that. Um, woo. I'm not going to talk about everything right now because I'm doing an interview about the whole situation. Which I'm gonna post that on my channel. But I do want to update y'all about I have had two breathing tests done. They tried to do the one breathing test when basically the one breathing test was scheduled in December when I was still very sick. So they basically during the breathing test I had I guess it was like a asthma attack kind of thing, or they had to give me a treatment during that time. Um, so we rescheduled the testing. I got the testing done again, which it came back. I do have some damage. So basically, like since March, I've just been running around dealing with the situation, still trying to go live, still trying to, operate as usual. It's not, like it was, before, but I'm really trying to, maintain things. Um, and trying to, advocate for myself, as well as advocate for other people. I know going through this whole ordeal and just advocating for myself up against these people, it I came to a decision, what type of law I want to study. I definitely want to study personal injury. I definitely want to study housing, and I definitely want to study criminal. Just going through this situation, and it's not, much help for people like me in these situations. I want to be able to, help people in these type of situations. And while I've been advocating for myself with this whole mole situation, I've also been advocating for other families that have been reaching out to me as well. I would say the down part and the slap in the face of this whole situation with the mole situation is when I first put the mole video out there. Did y'all see the mole video? Please share this live. Hey y'all. Yeah. Um please share this live. Let me show because some of y'all might not have seen it. Let me show y'all. But I am gonna tell y'all some details, but I am doing an interview about it where I'm gonna just go, you know, um and all the way about the mole situation. Yeah, it's a lot, y'all. And I didn't even know that, with so many other people, suffering with the same problem as well. So what I've been doing is sharing different laws I've been reading about, different resources. There's some people in some states that have no help, so I've been, letting people know their tenant rights, in their state, things they can do, and things like that. Who to call, who to complain to, all that stuff. Um, so let me, yes, Nicole, it did. I'll talk more about, um, I will talk more about the specifics of what have done to me. All I'm gonna say right now is, I'm on 3 inhalers, on a nebulizer. Yeah. So yeah. Um, People should be aware. I want people to be aware. I'm going to continue to advocate for tenant rights. I'm going to continue to advocate for mold. Mold is a silent killer. Um, the lady, I had to put all of my stuff in storage. It was so ironic that I went to the storage and the lady was like, "Oh, why are you getting a storage?" And I shared with her, I said, "I'm getting a storage because I have mold." And she was very like a little bit like taken back. So I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she was like, "My best friend died from mold." And she's like, it was like she was here one day and she was going the next. She had mold in her home. A lot of people don't know that they have mold in their home. And these people don't care either, to be honest with you. They don't care. So let me see if I can share. Um yeah, let me see if I can. I'm gonna fill y'all in. Make sure y'all share the live, but I'm gonna definitely fill y'all in. Um Mute that. All right. I want to show y'all the video just so to bring you up to speed a little bit. Okay.
Issue within the ventilation system. He has to
Hold on.
communicate with
Hold on,
to
y'all.
see if. Hi, my name is Shalakemia, and I'm making this video to bring some awareness to a situation that has been going on with me. I reside at a property under Monarch Management Group, and I've been dealing with mold for a year and a half. I remember at one point there was a lot of moisture in the homes,
And
and
a lot of and a lot of and a lot of and a lot of
myself as well. They came in and they put dehumidifiers in the laundry room for the moisture problem within the house. Okay. Moving forward. I've been complaining about this mold. The property manager that was here at the time, he did call somebody out to look at it. That specialist communicated with me that there is a mold issue within the ventilation system. He has to communicate with them to see if they want him to properly treat it. Never seen that guy again. Shortly after that, that property manager left the company. We have not had a consistent property manager since then. I want to say she left maybe December 2021 or January 2022. We have not had a consistent property manager since then. We've had a few different property managers that I communicated this with. I also communicated it to regional. I also
what happened?
put in a work order 2 months ago for a toilet that was stopped up. There was feces in the toilet for 2 weeks until somebody came out because we haven't had a maintenance guy since about February, March of 2022. Um, so then I put the work order in. They bought an outside company in to go ahead and do the toilet. The toilet was taken care of. And then the outside company came and all they did was go in the bathroom and wipe the mold off of the ceiling. We got to wipe the mold. I've been doing that. We got to wipe the mold off of the ceiling every single month. And I'll show you pictures of all of this and what I'm talking about. Um then I got sick. I had an upper respiratory infection. It was hard to breathe. I was always waking up with a sore throat, congested, all type of stuff. So that's when I said I got to get to the bottom of why I am continuously sick. I've never had these issues before. So that's when I went to the hospital. They said I had an upper respiratory infection. They put me on an asthma inhaler. I have to go and get a breathing test done, multiple tests. Um, so I then had a mold specialist come in, and he did the tests and things like that. He also communicated with me that sometimes when people try to build energy efficient houses, they kind of build them too tight. And he was going to recommend that the company gets a test, because if it's built too tight, no air is coming in, no air is going out. That could be where the source of the mold is coming from. I got the test back. There's 4 different types of mold in here. And that's when I then contacted the office, which you contact them, but there's nobody in there, so who are you going to talk to? And then what I did was I had no, then a lady called me. She said she just started maybe like a week or two ago, and the county was coming out to inspect or whatever. I'm like, okay, fine. So the county rescheduled whatever. She came here last Wednesday at 1:30. My son was
All right, I want to stop it there because I could take it from there. But I wanted to let y'all see like the pictures um of the mold, basically, like of it. And so basically, since then they have not fixed the problem. I told them in October that, you know, I was withholding my rent until it was fixed. I then contacted the health department, the health and the codes department. And so I contacted the health and the codes department, um and got nowhere with them. Um I think I did get a little discouraged. I want y'all to know of the process because I had 2 people that seen that video. The video was like 7 minutes long. I seen 2 people that no, when 2 people where I lived at, they live in the same community I live in, they seen this video. They reached out. I had the screenshots and the whole conversation telling me that they have mold as well, telling me that basically, you know, there's things wrong in their house, you know, the mold and other things that, you know, hasn't been fixed because mind you, we had no property manager. So that's when me and the girl was talking and she was like, well, you know, we should let everybody know like what's going on because it's probably other people that have mold. So I sent out a, you know, an email, whatever, letting everybody know, you know, just to get your house checked. You know, mold is a silent killer. A lot of people have small children. Well, a lot of those residents ran to the office and told them like we had this secret email thing going on. Um, and to be honest with y'all, y'all know what it felt like. It felt like it felt like a bunch. It felt like I'm gonna just say what it felt like. It felt like because majority, you know, black families out here, you know, in a town that really didn't want black families out here, but it was like black people running to the oppressor, like trying to get on their good side. That's what it was. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting up here like, okay, well, you know, people was reaching out to me because of my video. I didn't reach out to anybody, and I didn't really get the idea to reach out to anybody until somebody else suggested like we should do that. But anyway, that was they ran to the office and told that, you know, I'm trying to sit up here and help people, you know, and warn them, and they run to the oppressor. They run to the office and tell the office, oh, you know, Shalakimia organized this, you know, meeting and organized the meeting. It don't matter what I organized. I was just trying to let y'all know and warn y'all because y'all have children. Like I was sitting there and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm like, are people retarded? Like, are people retarded? Like, I could have kept my mouth shut. I didn't have to, you know, say anything to anybody. I didn't have to warn anybody about anything. But yeah, they went to the office, showed the office the emails and stuff like that, which wasn't nothing in there a lie, you know. But I did have some residents that did, you know, did not do that. A whole thread. They were telling me they have mold as well. The one lady, she doesn't speak English. She was telling me she types English though. But she was telling me that she painted over it because she didn't know what else to do. And yeah, crazy. It was crazy, y'all. Um, so yeah. So, you know, that's what I've been, you know, battling and trying to, you know, advocate for myself. So I withheld my rent because that's my right. And when we went to court, I showed the judge, my hotel receipts from when I was staying in hotels. I showed her, the mold. I showed her the mold growing on the cabinets. I showed her everything. And she sided with them, which that's what a lot of judges here do. They'll side with the landlord, which it ain't, nothing. So they told me, I have so many days, to get out or whatever. So that was their response to, basically, it's against the law though. It's against the law. If you report um something to the codes department, the health department, something about where you are living at, and they retaliate by trying to evict you, that's against the law. That's against the law. As a tenant, I have the right, when my house is not habitable, I have the right to withhold my rent and put it in escrow. I do have that right. So, and basically, they didn't fix the situation. The only thing they came in and did was cleaned out the ventilation system. That was all that they did. They didn't. So basically, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. I didn't did so much research, right? So basically, what it is the house is poorly ventilated. There's a ventilation problem, and people that are watching me right now that work with houses and all, it's a humidity problem. I'm talking about the floors will sweat. The cabinets have mold growing on them. The ventilation system has mold in it. The heat things have molded it. So what they did was, when the inspector came in, the housing inspector came in, and the mold specialist told me that basically the house was built too tight. And when the house is built too tight, proper ventilation is not getting in and getting out. They try to make these houses so energy efficient, then it messes up the ventilation part of it. And that's what's wrong with these houses. They were poorly um ventilated, basically. So the humidity in here, listen, y'all, over the few weeks I've done studied humidity temperatures in houses and all type of stuff. So a normal humidity is going to be below 50%. The humidity in here gets at 75%. And anybody that knows anything about humidity, ventilation, housing, you know that humidity in a house is not supposed to get that high. I have seen it at 75% before in these homes. um they did put a dehumidifier in the laundry room. The inspector said, I don't know what they thought they were going to do with that. That's not going to help anything. He said for each house it's going to cost a couple $1,000s to fix the problem. He said I wouldn't even be surprised if the builder already knew that the problem was there. Hmm. So yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Right, right. So basically, um, I do have documentation of parties involved admitting, so that's a great thing, admitting that they were negligent. Yeah, but yeah, that was the response. Their response to me was to evict me. Then the property manager was like, "Oh well, you weren't completely the whole time staying in the hotel." I said, "That's not the point. You didn't transfer me to a new unit. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Still to this day, it's April 25th. You still did not fix the problem. Problem is still not fixed. Still not fixed." Exactly. So he knew about it and rented the property out anyway. What about the walls? Was mold painted over? Yeah, and another, I didn't paint over no mold. Another resident painted over the mold. And then when we was in court and I brought up that other tenants, the landlord tried to say no other tenants complained. The county said that's a lie. The county told me that is a bald, that's a lie. It's a lot of people complaining. But then I had people, y'all, too. And this is the sad thing about these type of situations. I did have people tell me that they were afraid to speak up because they don't have nowhere to go. And this is so sad in these type of situations. But this is what people express to me. They're like, this is why I didn't want to speak up. This is why I didn't come forward with you, because I don't have nowhere to go. I don't want them to do to me what they're doing to you. That's what people communicated to me. People was like, I don't want them to put me out, put me and my kids out, and I don't have, nowhere to go. And you know what? To be honest with y'all, I understand it to a certain extent. I really do. But I can't continue to risk my health. You see what I'm saying? And I feel bad because these other people have small children, and it's going to smack up. It's going to affect a small child before it affects an adult. You see what I'm saying? Their immune systems aren't as strong. But I try to tell people, think about your kids. You see what I'm saying? I understand not having nowhere to go. I don't even know where I'm about to go. But I can't continue. I can't continue to be sick. I can't do it. But you know, they're called Monarch Management Group. They're in Pennsylvania. They own multiple properties. They can't sit up here and tell me that that they didn't have the money to fix the problem, because while we was going through this over here, they was building a whole new development from scratch. So they can't sit up here and tell me, they can't sit up here and tell me that they didn't have the money to fix the problem. They can't tell me that, because they absolutely had the money to fix the problem. Y'all just keep building properties, but with these people, to be honest with y'all, they don't care, and it's sad. Um, I contacted the health and the codes department. Um, no help. I called the Susquehanna Township State Representative. He told me he don't get involved in township matters. Um, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know um, why the township didn't enforce them to fix the problem. That's all I had wanted to know. Why didn't y'all enforce them to fix the problem? I had um I had spoke to another person that lives out here that's of a different race, and they told me what happened when they had reported a problem. She was like, that really surprises me that they didn't come out to your house. Listen, yo, the township never ever came out to my house to inspect the problem. The township never ever came to my house to make sure that they fixed the problem. They marked it as complete. And I have the email. They marked it as fixed. I called the lady and I said, why did you mark my complaint as fixed and they ain't fixed nothing? She told me, she was like, well, I'm going off what the landlord say, not what you say. But it's not fixed. Um, so so then what gave me a red flag about the codes in the house lady, her name is Catherine Hartz. She works at Susquehanna Township in Pennsylvania. She also works for what's that real estate? Howard Hanna. Um, I believe she's racist. And that's what I'm saying. I believe she's racist. Why would you handle my case? And she also asked me, well, are those places low income around there? What does that have to do with you taking my complaint? Did you not do anything about my complaint or enforce my landlord to do something, because this is a tax credit property. I do live in a tax credit property. So it is like income restrictions and stuff like that. So is that why you didn't do none, or you didn't do none because Susquehanna Township never ever wanted this to be out here, because they never wanted my kind of people to be out here. They never wanted us to be able to afford to live out here. Yeah, so then I ain't say nothing else. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm gonna just print this off as proof. It gets better. It gets way better. So then, I go to court. No. I contacted the township, and she told me that she cited my landlord for the mold. So I was talking to an investigator. I had a meeting with an investigator. So me and the investigator is looking, we don't see no citation. No citation for the mold. I'm like, well, would the citation be? The investigator's like, yes. I listen. When townships, when property management, landlords and stuff get cited, it should be in the system. They wasn't cited. She told me they were cited. We could never find a proof that they were cited. The township told me they couldn't even tell me if they were cited or not. But y'all did tell me. So then I put the right to know request in, right? So they sent me an email telling me that I can't get the information about my complaint because there's privacy, confidentiality. So I can't have access to my complaint and what they did about it. No, y'all didn't give me access to it because y'all didn't take my complaint serious, and y'all did not do what y'all was supposed to do when I complained. Y'all dropped the ball. So y'all didn't want me to have the proof that y'all dropped the ball, even though I already had proof. Right? So listen. So then um, I go to court, and the judge she didn't rule right then and there or whatever. She ruled later. But we was in court, and my property management, they was like, "Oh yeah," and Miss Moffitt went to the township. This is how we know they all work together. Oh yeah, she went to the township, and she put a right to know request in. I said, "Well, how do my property manager know that I put a right to know request in when I do? I have everything. How do they know that I put a right to know request in when it's supposed to be confidential? I couldn't have the information because it was confidential. But me putting the request in is public record. And somebody told me that it is public record. That's cool. Okay, it's public record. That's not what they testified to. My property manager sat in court and was like, "Oh yeah," and Miss Moffitt put a right to know request in and tried to get the paperwork from her complaint, but couldn't get it. Oh, oh, Your Honor, the health and codes officer called and gave us a heads up about Miss Moffitt calling and trying to get a right to know. I said, "Oh, she did. Why would she do that? She don't have nothing. She don't have nothing to do with that process. Why would you do it?" So so then I called her when I came out of court, and I'm like, "Miss Harts," I said, "Why did you feel obligated to call my property manager and tell her that I put a right to renew question of a situation that has nothing to do with you?" She was like, "Yeah, I did it." That was her response. "Yeah, I did it." Cool. So that's when I filed a complaint against her with the township. There was a whole investigation by the police and everything. But like and a lot of people told me they going to stick together. They gonna side with each other. They might make it look good like there was an investigation and stuff like that. The township manager also communicated to me that Miss Harts made a mistake. I said, "Sir, that's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. That's not a mistake." I said that was unethical for her to call them. I said, "How does she even know about the right to know request? Why does she feel obligated to call my landlord and give them a heads up?" I said, "I feel like y'all all in cahoots." I feel like y'all all in cahoots, and that's why y'all did not enforce my property management to fix the issue. That's why. And there's just so much more. I have proof of like everything, but this is what I just been holding in. I didn't want to talk about it while the investigation was going on, but I did get a letter today about the investigation. They took full responsibility, but the township manager basically told me she's not going to be fired because they don't have no other. That's what he told me on the phone. They're not going to fire her because they don't have no other codes, no health and codes inspector, and they feel like she made a mistake. It was a mistake. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I've been going through for the last few weeks, and I think I've been handling it good. I think I've been handling it very well. I have. Legal aid couldn't take my situation. They just didn't have the resources. All the lawyers, but they did give me a lot of information to read and stuff like that. So yeah, they gave me a lot of information that's gonna help me. Me and the lawyer actually sat down and was discussing, different aspects of my case and things like that. Um, no, I didn't get 6 months to move 20 days from the day that the day that the judge ruled ruled on it. So you get 20 days from that day to get out. You should call the news. I've been in contact with two news stations so far. It is a violation. Definitely. Definitely. And I wasn't going to speak out about it. I wanted to speak out about it, but I wanted to wait until their investigation was over, which their investigation is currently over. Um, they said a water and a cup of ice is fine. Thank you. Um, they can't share with me what the discipline is. There's probably none though. Like I said, those people stick together. They stick together. And dealing with my neighbors and stuff, and like how they ran to the rental office because she testified on that in court too. So, oh, we have multiple tenants coming to us telling us Shalakemia organized this meeting. It's not against the law. I want to call her out her name, but I did. But it's not against the law. I can talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. And I got emails and messages to prove it. Other people got mold too. Other people got asthma too. But yeah, that I think that was supposed to discourage me from helping other people, but I've definitely been helping people in my state and other states with the information that I have come across, doing this and just being able to guide people in the right direction of who to talk to, the people that feel like they were discriminated against, what offices to file paperwork with, because there are different places you can, file paperwork with. What's her official position again? Her name is Water and a Cup of Ice. Catherine Harts. I think hold on. I think I have this is her. Catherine Harts. She's the health inspector. Um she's the health and codes inspector at the township. She did nothing when it came to my complaint. She didn't come out. She didn't follow up and come see if it was fixed, nothing at all. She's the one that called them and gave them a heads up that I put a right to know request in. Um, yeah, so she works there and she's a real estate agent at Howard Hannah. Um, yeah, it was done on purpose. It definitely was. Definitely was. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I am in contact with two people. Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, they don't want to come forward about the situation. Just because they don't want to be put in a situation that I'm in right now. I guess they rather kiss the property manager and them's butt, ignore the mold, ignore the situations to be able to have somewhere to live. Which, that's people's choice. Um, yeah, like I said, I do have an interview about this as well. Um, where we're gonna get into more details of the parties that played. I asked the township manager, I said, well, is this how y'all handle complaints? I said, isn't it procedure to come out, inspect, come and make sure that he's like, yeah, it is, he told me they okay, so they concluded the investigation um earlier and sent me a letter, which y'all see this soon because during the interview I'm gonna show the letter. I'll show the letter and everything. So it says, Dear Miss Moffat, this letter is to summarize the outcome of the internal investigation initiated after your encounter with Miss Catherine Hart's property maintenance inspector. Discipline against Miss Hart following this investigation has been affirmed. I want to thank you for bringing this matter to my attention. The Board of Commissioners and the staff of Susquehanna Township are committed to providing fair and high quality public services to all residents. Your experience with the township is in this Your experience with the township in this matter fell short of that commitment, for which I apologize. It did bring forward some changes that will be implemented with respect to the process for investigating and following up on concerns such as yours. It is our hope that the policy changes will make following this encounter will lead to an improved and more efficient process to investigate and resolve these matters in the future. So that's what they sent me earlier today. It wasn't that. It was that y'all don't want black people living in y'all township anyway. So I'ma pick and choose who I'm gonna do my job with and who I'm not gonna do my job with. And that ain't just in this situation, that's in a lot of situations. You don't know who's racist. You don't know who's racist. And these people are racist and they showing up to these jobs and they applying their racism to the jobs and everywhere else. You know what I mean? And sitting up and just doing what they want to do. They, could have enforced my landlord to fix the problem, but they didn't. They didn't. That's a building code law that I should have somewhere. That's a Pennsylvania landlord tenant law. I should have somewhere habitable to stay. My place should be habitable. It wasn't habitable. Even a judge, like I said, judges side with landlords all the time. Even I showed the judge, I proved to the judge that my house wasn't, habitable. But she ruled out, she ruled, and that's just what it is. No, Monarch Management Group. Monarch Management Group in Pennsylvania. They own a lot of properties all over all over Pennsylvania. And their name used to be something else. They changed their name since I lived here. They changed their name since I lived here because I was looking at my lease and my lease says something different than Monarch Management Group. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, if anybody has any information, just send me a message. In my view, this is a lawsuit Bailey thought the mold would be fixed since way in 2022. To be honest with you, they knew this problem existed in 2017. Um, yeah, and I have some very credible witnesses that work for the company that can back that up. That they knew, they been new, and just allowed us to live like this. Yeah. Um, the lady, which one? Her name is Catherine Hartz. That's her name, Catherine Hart. She works for Susquehanna Township. She's the Coles Health Maintenance Inspector. That's her name. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I feel like she should be fired. That's how I feel. I feel like that's her name. I feel like, she should be fired because what you did was unethical. You were sitting at your job. You gotta, there was conversation that I put in a right to know request and you picked up your job phone. You picked up your work phone and you called my property manager and gave them a heads up that I put in a right to know request about the complaint I put in. Now I want to know from y'all in the comments, what do y'all get out of that? What do y'all get from that? That wasn't her job. You're not even a part of that process. How do y'all feel about that? Like it don't seem right to me. I feel like she should have lost her job. That's how I feel. Cause and what was your reason of asking me? Oh, or do you live? Are they low income? Are you low income? Do you live? What was your purpose of asking me that? Was that going to um was that going to contribute or determine how you were going to help me? Because you didn't help at all. They did absolutely nothing. They did absolutely nothing at all. So they dropped the ball too. And like I told the township manager, I said, I'm sick. Not only because my property manager dropped the ball, y'all dropped the ball too. I should be able to call y'all because that's what y'all there for. That's what the certain laws are put in place for. I should be able to call y'all and let y'all know what's going on, and y'all do a thorough investigation. Not didn't happen. Didn't happen. Plus, Facebook hasn't been sending any notifications when you live neither. I know, I know it hasn't. D, we know exactly what it was. I know, I know. Do y'all want me? Do y'all want me? I listen. This whole thing has blown my mind. That this just showed me how people really are. I had a conversation with somebody. Somebody reached out to me, and somebody reached out to me, y'all, and told me that the judge, a black woman, ruled the way she ruled on my case because I bash black women. Did y'all hear what I said? Did y'all hear what I said? Because I bash black women. But again, it's a situation where people will come and tell you about conversations that are being had, but don't want to be involved. Please don't put my name in it. I gotta tell you something, but promise you ain't gonna say nothing. And I'm like, dang, I wouldn't even, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even do that. If I was on the other side of something, I would tell that person, like, listen, I'm gonna help you. I'll be a witness for you. I know the conversation that went down about you, cause you know it's wrong. But you know, yeah, cause I bash black women. So you abuse your authority because you don't like what I talk about on the internet? What does that have to do with anything? My opinion is my opinion. But what goes around comes around. That's all I could say. What goes around comes around. Um, Let me go back because I didn't read a lot of the comments. Chris will watch out. God bless you when there's something bigger and better. True. Yeah, I believe that. And I think I've been handling it very well. Y'all I've been, silent, I've been patient, you know. But if I don't share what I'm going through, I don't want people to think like my life is always peaches and cream and I don't go through nothing. I don't ever want nobody to think about me in that way. But I do feel like at the end of the day, you know, just know that I'm not backing down. Just know that I'm gonna keep fighting. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not sitting up here. They don't scare me. And I made that very clear to them. Y'all don't scare me. Y'all people, y'all human beings like I'm human being. I'm a human being. And I told them all, God got the last say, the judge too. God got the last say. If you made your decision based on you feeling like my content bashes black women, then you bragged about it to other people, the wrath of God is real. Period. The wrath of God is real. That's all I'm saying. It's very real. Very real. Very real. I would have never did that. Despite how I feel about something or somebody said something that made me feel some type of way, I'm not going to be in a position that God put me in as a judge and lean on my own understanding. I'm not going to do that. Then you went and bragged about it like it wasn't going to get back to me. But do you? Do you? It is what it is. Yeah, if anybody have any information, people have been hitting me up with different, information and stuff like that. If you have any type of information that will help, I've been, reaching out, trying to use, my different resources. I'm gonna tell you this time also just shows me who my real friends are. It showed me who really got my back. Like this time, y'all showed me. I don't know what God's about to do in my life. I really don't. I know it's something great, but God's like, these people can't go. God's like, I gotta show you some people real quick. I gotta show you some people real quick. And when I say I've been going through this, y'all, and I've had my three friends, the only ones checking on me. My three friends checking on me, calling me. Everybody else, I ain't heard from them. And guess what? I'm okay with that because they're never gonna hear from me again. That's all. It take a season like this to go ahead and detox your life. It takes this. Cause see, the people that ain't for you, when you going through something that flee, you won't hear from them. You won't, baby. Let me tell you something. Everybody that came and lived with me. You hear me? Somebody's house was getting remodeled. Somebody don't. Everybody came and stayed with me. You think somebody hit my phone and was like, "Well, do y'all need some place to stay, or do y'all need something?" Nothing. And I wanted to keep it like that. Keep it like that because when I come out of this, they don't gotta worry about me. They don't gotta worry about me right now. They don't gotta worry about me right now. They just don't. They just don't. And if you one of them people you watching me right now, take care. I wish you the best. I just don't want you in my life. I just don't want you around me. That's all. That's it, and that's all. Mm, Sherelle, hey Shalaki, I'm sorry you're going through this whole situation. And said what you're going through, and the fact that they didn't take your complaint serious. They need to do better. They do. They do. Thank you, Christy. Thank you so much. Then you gonna win in the end. Ain't no doubt. Absolutely. Absolutely. God, listen, God ain't doing nothing but clearing the path. That's all he doing. That's all he doing is clearing the path. The wrath of God is real. Some people have some serious karma coming. Sherelle, you better say it again. Listen, they think they did the right thing when they put their hands on me. They ain't do the right thing at all. At all. And God gonna show them. God gonna show them. I already know. That's why, you know what? I've been handling this so great, yo. So great. I would the person that had told me about the situation with the judge, I wasn't even mad, y'all. That I wasn't even mad that this person was like, I gotta tell you something, but I don't want you to say nothing. I don't like stuff like that. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not even mad. A couple years ago, I'd have been angry. Like I'd have probably cussed her out, like, what you mean? But I said, I ain't mad about that because God, let me tell you something. God hears every conversation and God sees all. God sees all. So if that's what was going on, God already know. And he's gonna handle it. I'm not even mad. I'm not mad about the people that didn't call and check on me, yo. I'm not mad. I ain't mad. I promise you I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm just paying attention to what God's showing me. I'm paying attention to what God is showing me. Yeah, that's all. When we get finished, though, sis, she will lose her job and we will hit those pockets. Period. Yeah. Crystal, I'm gonna check it when I get off of here. Sure, I had the same situation. Everybody stand with me. Listen, everybody, y'all. Everybody. But it's okay. It's all right. We gonna stay in a hotel. We're gonna stay in a hotel until we find somewhere. I'll be all right. It's a blessing that you have three people. It's people who have none, and that's the majority of society. Exactly. I'm glad. And those are my people. And those are my people. And when this is all said and done, they're gonna be blessed right along with me. Those are my people. God ain't got to show, he ain't got to show me no more. He ain't got to show me nothing. Nothing. I promise you. No, I'm not in a homeless shelter. No. No, I'm not. Um, I have the correct law how to deal with a judge and any judge. Yeah, it was crazy to the point, y'all, where it was a lot of unethical stuff that happened. I did talk to the judicial um the people at the judicial place that's over top of the judges and stuff. And when we were in court, the I forgot to say this part. The property manager and them wasn't prepared for court. I came in there and I was prepared. I had all my stuff together. And they now listen, tell me what this sound like, y'all. They went up, my property manager went up to the judge and asked the judge, can judge, can I have your email address so I can email you some documentation and stuff to support what I was saying here today? No, why didn't you come? And the judicial her boss, the judge's boss, agreed. And that the property manager shouldn't have never been allowed to email her anything about the case. They should have came prepared. And if they didn't come prepared, that was on them. But the judge gave them her email, gave my property manager her email address to email her documentations about the case, documentations that I'm not able to defend myself about, or I don't know what she sent them. I don't know what was sent, but it's unethical, and she shouldn't have been allowed to send anything. You should have been prepared for court. But y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I am Crystal. I am, like I said, I've been handling the situation. One thing about me, I read. I know a lot of laws. I know my rights. I know all that. I'm not no dummy. See, they thought they was dealing with a dummy. You ain't dealing with no dummy. I promise you. I promise you. You ain't dealing with no dummy. I will read laws in a minute. I will read all type of stuff in a minute. They ain't dealing with no dummy. She bragged about it to other people. Yeah. Yeah, because mind you, I ain't go live. I didn't go live about me being evicted. I didn't go live about court. I didn't post about court. I didn't say nothing about court. So how will people know? How will people know? I ain't said one word about it, and I didn't say nothing for a reason. I'm saying it today because the investigation is over, but I ain't said one word. That information came to me, just like a lot of information come to me. Mm-hmm. Loyalty or royalty, you walk in faith, in full faith of God. So the devil is trying to kill your spirit. Don't let him win. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Absolutely no weapon. No weapon. They friends. But you know what? That's how I kind of felt when the township manager was on the phone with me trying to basically take up for Miss Catherine Hart's. Um, that's how I felt. Before the investigation was over, he took up for her. He took up for her, saying she made a mistake. That ain't no mistake. Her being at her job, taxpayers pay her salary. So basically, you sitting at your job, you picked up the phone, and you felt like you wanted to give my property manager a heads up. Stand on that. Stand on that. Stand on that. D, we in April 2023 still suffering with this mold mess and slumlord. Definitely a lawsuit. Gotta be all your hospital visits behind this. Yeah. Yeah. Hospital visits. Like I said, I'm on three, three, three inhalers, three inhalers. I don't have the other one. It's probably upstairs, but I'm on three. They just put me on this one after my my breathing test and stuff came back. I do have damage. I do have damage because of this. And before I lived here, I've never had asthma. I never had no breathing problems. Never had anything. Never had nothing. Um, Do you know who she bragged about it to? Do you have their information? Yeah, I have the girl's information. I know who the girl is. She told me basically, the whole story. She was like, she was like, you already know you're hated because of your videos and your content and everything. She said, and everybody, just basically laughing because I got evicted. And like saying that's what I get because I bash black women. And so that was the motive right there, you know, the ulterior motive right there. Contact the news already done. Yeah, yeah. Did you ever do the book? Give me a time I recall you spoke on it. No, I haven't released it yet. No, no. That's God revealing to you what you're up against. Absolutely. Hold on, y'all. Who is it? I'm lying. That's God revealing to you what you're up against. A bunch of wicked, definitely wicked, definitely. Just leave it over there. Definitely, wicked individuals. Or to be honest with y'all, I just wanted the right thing to be done. I just wanted the situation to be fixed. That was it. Fix the situation. what's so hard about that was their responsibility to fix it. They kept trying to put a band-aid on it. The one great thing that did come out of it was the other guy that works at the township. He was very honest, y'all. When I say he was so helpful, so honest, he said he was like, they been knew that problem was there. He said, I was out there a few years ago behind a mold and moisture problem. He said they knew that. He said they knew that since 2017. I said, thanks for the information. Thank you. Thank you. God will, let me tell you something. God will have the person that did it to you confess out their own mouth. You hear me? Hmm. She's a magistrate judge. Definitely. Definitely. That's what, and then I was talking to my aunt, and I'm just like, it kind of hurt because the judge is a black woman, right? I voted for her. Promoted for her. I was like, it just hurts that she ruled the way she ruled and didn't do it by the book. I just wanted you to see the evidence, and go off of that. Not be unethical and allow them to submit information to you via email. That wasn't fair to me. That wasn't fair to me at all. You provide your email address to them. That wasn't fair. I don't know what they sent you. I can't defend myself about it either. But my aunt was saying, I was telling her, I was like, I feel bad, because now I have to file a complaint. You know, Mom was like, she didn't feel bad when she let them submit that information to them, and she should have did that. They should have came prepared. She said they filed against you. They should have came prepared, not seeing that you came prepared. And now I said, you're right. You're right. But that just be my heart sometimes, not wanting to do nothing bad to other people, but not thinking that it's not bad. It's my right to advocate for myself when things, people do things wrong against me. That's my right to advocate. The judge needs to be disbarred for ethics violation and showing bias against you. She definitely performed these acts before. She also may have presiding. No, I haven't relocated yet. I've been dealing with all of this. I haven't done it. Right, D. A brother ain't always a brother, right? And a sister ain't always a sister. You right. You right. She's not supposed to have no type of contact like that is showing favoritism. It is. But I mean, look at everything that done already, happened. And some people was like, well, don't say nothing. And I guess because they're cool with her, like, no, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say, if it was you, you would say something. She was wrong for doing what she did. I don't care if you friends with her, you cool with her. How about if you cool with her and you friends with her, you call and you tell her what she did to me was wrong. What she did to me was wrong. And she told me she didn't want to see my hotel receipts. If the judge had any outside third party interest conversations about whatever case off the record on a personal email, that is illegal enough to violate your rights. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I read that though. I read that the whole thing was unethical. But it's just that, are they gonna hold her to that? We'll just have to see if she's held to that. Yeah. But that's what's going on. That's the update. I want to share with y'all. I don't want to just always make it seem like everything be great. I go through stuff just like y'all go through stuff. I have to encourage myself through it, empower myself through it, pray through it, just like anybody else. You know, that's what I have to do. But I'm gonna keep advocating. I'ma keep fighting. Crystal says she went against the oath she took. She need to step down. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people get in those positions and they use that as retaliation against people. They do. And it's wrong. It's really wrong. I was a caseworker before. I got cases of people that, we had the same kids as dad. And you know what I mean? I never felt like, even though we had beef when we was younger, I never felt like I wasn't going to process somebody's application. You see what I'm saying? Or play with somebody's benefits. I would never, ever do that. I just would never do that. I would never mess with nobody's livelihood in that type of way. I would not want that blood on my hands. I would not want God to be disappointed in me. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't want the wrath of God to come down on me. I just wouldn't want it. I just never even thought of doing something like that to anybody. People, that girl, those girls have kids. You see what I'm saying? I'm not no evil person to sit up here and just do that to people. But that's me, and I gotta stop thinking that people are like me, because they're not. They're not. It's okay, Ginger. Thank you. Ginger, you so sweet. Ever since I met Ginger, she's so sweet. She shared everything I do, y'all. I never ever met Ginger a day in my life. And Ginger is sweet. They say to people, the strangers support you most, and that's what Ginger do. Ginger do it all the time. Y'all see Ginger right there? She sells soaps. She does like homemade natural soaps and stuff like that. They're so awesome, and she got like a whole lot of other stuff. So thank you, Ginger, so much. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm still trying to live a normal life. I've had to get I had to get some. Well, y'all know about Thanksgiving. Y'all know about Thanksgiving when I had my episode and I was in the emergency room. Um, but I've had to go to urgent care. A few times go to urgent care. But I did. I am on. We have a health plan in place for me right now, so I think this will go good. We'll see. My doctor was like, if this, doesn't work, we'll give it a few months. If it doesn't work, he was saying about some shots. But I just want, my lungs to heal and my airways to heal and stuff like that. Yeah. He will not leave you. God is always on your side. Absolutely. 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 Already on it, D. Already on it. Yeah. That judge has presided over other cases involving this property management company, and to think that they can go to sleep at night doing this to you and your children to totally aberrant behavior. Yeah, that's what they do. That's the world. I'm just starting to see the world that we live in, y'all. I'm just starting to see it. I'm starting to see it that people just do what they want to do. Do what they want to do. But God got the last say. God got the last say, y'all. Um, you know, um, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna stay encouraged. I'm gonna pray even more than I was praying before, because I know God knows the truth. God's going to reveal the truth in all of this, and everybody that had a hand in this got to see God. Period. Point blank. They got to see God. Thank you, Grandpa, and truly pray that God touches your lungs and heals you, my sister. I love you so much. I love you too. Just thank y'all for listening to, my story. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really advocated much for myself. I've been advocating for other people, but I definitely want to advocate for me and the other people that are living with mold. I want to advocate for, the people that don't know landlord tenant laws and, things like that. Families that have small children, when you are low income, you don't they don't apply the law to us, you know, in black people like they do other people. You know, they don't do us those. In this case, the township has shown me that the laws don't apply for black people. That's what they have shown me. That's all I can go off of. It don't apply. The laws they have in place don't apply for people like me. You know, that's the message that they have sent. You know, but okay, Ginger, I'm gonna give me some of that. I'm gonna get me. Was he a court officer? Was who a court officer? You gonna have to make sure you send me an email. Let me put my email up here. Send me an email. I definitely have so much other research to do as well. Some other things. That's my email address. We get swept under the rug as black people. We do. We do. Look at like let's be honest, y'all. Our some a lot of our black men and women are in prison. Some of them for something they didn't do. I'm so tired of seeing um man case overturned, being freed after 20 years. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of seeing that. We need to be talking about it more because guess what? When that man sued for staying in jail for 20 years and he didn't commit that crime, or that woman sued, that's taxpayer money. So the taxpayer paid for you to try this person that was innocent. Now the taxpayers got to turn around and pay the lawsuit that the person win. When we gonna get tired? When we gonna get tired and stop sitting up and not speaking up for each other, not advocating for each other? I advocate for people. Some situations, y'all, don't affect me. They don't affect me. But at the end of the day, they could. It could be me. And if God put it on my radar, why not speak up about it? Why not bring some awareness to it? But I'm gonna keep on. How do they expect you to keep breathing this mold, pure sinister? Yeah, and they didn't care. And they didn't care. They did not care one bit, and they still don't. And they still don't care. They didn't do nothing about it. They don't care. Right? Absolutely. But I'm gonna keep advocating. Like I said, if anybody has any information, please share it. You're not just sharing information with me, you're sharing it with the community that I've built of people that are, dealing with these issues everywhere. Everywhere. And even after I come out, I'm still going to reach back and help people. I'm still going to help people with all the research, that I've done and I've learned and everything. I'm still going to help as many people as I can because I understand being in these type of situations and you feeling like you don't have no help. You feel like where do you turn? You feel like who's going to listen, you know? So I'm going to continue to advocate, you know, for our people, definitely. But I thank y'all for listening. I'll keep y'all updated um as things go on. I will. Y'all have a great night. I love y'all. Keep me in prayer. I'll keep y'all in prayer, and we just gonna move forward and be encouraged and be empowered and walk by faith. Okay. Good night, y'all.